Great, thank you. Good morning. Welcome everyone to our 2024 Cheese Festival vendor meeting. Thank you all for joining us. My name is Mary Colora. I am the event chair. We have Mayor Neil Dwyer, Trustee Andy, our police chief, Lieutenant
Tim Young.
Tim Young, and our partners from 24 Marketing. 23. Wow. Okay, so weather looks great for this Saturday. I'm not going to say anything more about that. So if you could drop in the chat, if you're on Zoom, if you could just drop in the chat box the name of your company and that information so we can make sure that you're checked in. If you're in person, just make sure you go in the back and check in, and we'll let you know if we need any more information from you. Hopefully everyone got to look at the vendor handbook and go over everything. If you did not submit any of your paperwork or your vendor registration information or your certificate of insurance, you have up until the event day to do that. Vendor setup starts at 7 a.m. Vendor check-in will be here, right?
No, it'll be on the Mill Pond Parkway,
Okay.
and we'll have a map distributed. Everybody should be able to see that, I believe. Be able to post that for all the vendors here and TV land.
And then we are going to be putting together the map this week. You will know your booth number the morning of the event. And vendors check-in starts at 7 a.m. All cars must be cleared off-site by 10 a.m. Vendors are not permitted to leave their space until the end of the event at 7 p.m. When you're leaving the event, we please ask you to make sure that your spot is clean and just as you arrive there. If you're a food truck, you have to be set up by 9 a.m. So please arrive on time to make sure you have to do everything it's due to be cleared off the site to be ready to go by 9 a.m. We're requiring you to bring your own tables, chairs, and tents. All of this must fit within your allotted space of 10 feet by 10 feet. If you need electricity, please let us know either here in person or in the chat box. Handicap parking is located in Monroe Dental and the commuting lot 1. And vendors are asked to park on Crane Park Fields. We have a couple of restrictions. We're asking no bikes, no scooters, no alcohol, no pets. Service dogs only are permitted. And as you saw in our vendor handbook, we are asking that nobody has any tacky merchandise, no insensitive political statements, nothing about candidates running. If you are here in a political manner, you can promote yourself and your campaign. We just ask, please, that we keep everything nice and no inappropriate political merchandise can be sold. Okay, that's everything for me. Does anybody have any questions or anything? Do you have anything else to cover?
Just one point, very important. If you are a vendor and you do arrive at 10 o'clock or after, you will not be permitted to bring your vehicle onto the Cheese Fest property areas or the vendor areas. You'll have to park elsewhere, which we can direct you to, and you'll have to walk in whatever materials you need. And this is for public safety. Everybody will be pretty much set up, and we don't want any kind of vehicles moving around the area. So that'll be very, very important. So be mindful of, we will not allow you on the property after 10 o'clock with your vehicle. Sure. So the vendor parking, all vendors will have access to what we call the North Pond Field. It'll be noted on, you'll see it, you'll physically see a board out there, vendor parking. You'll be allowed to park there after you've unloaded your materials, your tents, whatever product you're selling. You'll be able to return back out and park out there. At the end of the event, you'll go and get your vehicle and bring it in to pick up your materials.
Okay. Yeah. I'm good for that, right? Yeah. Mhm, thank you. As long as you're.
Yeah, one more time, please.
No.
Yeah, let me clarify. If you're there and a paid, you know, I say vendor, a paid organization, whatever, your vehicle cannot be on site. It has to be taken on site, no cars.
I'm referring to everyone as a vendor.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Please.
That's correct. If you really have any special, and we're trying to avoid everyone saying, I want to be here, I want to be here. If you have a specific situation, okay. Okay. Surprise.
Exactly.
Thank you. Okay.
Then another vendor said they.
Okay.
If you do need electricity, you have to let us know as soon as possible. We will set you up by one of our utility poles so you can power there. So we'd rather not have a generator if you don't need one. So you'll be set up at one of our, again, light poles or an area that has power and you can plug in there. So just let us know.
Yeah, that was
Perfect. No, we're got it down later. Thanks.
regarding the electricity, and I'll defer to Andy on this, but you really need to know what that power requirement is. If everything in your booth or your tent or your whatever requires a lot of energy, we won't have it at the poles. We have a convenience outlet up on the pole that we're happy to share with anybody that comes in, but if it overloads, it will trip and we'll have to reset it. And obviously we'll get the same result 20 minutes later. So if you have a refrigerator, I would make arrangements to bring your own power,
But we'll need to know that.
but we need to know that.
You'll have a
exactly.
generator and that'll determine where you're
Your
placed.
place. Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Sure. So, if you come off of 17M, if everybody's familiar with Monroe, if you're not, there'll be a map as well. There'll be one point of entry that we strongly suggest you enter from, which is 17M and Mill Pond Parkway. It's right there where the airplane is, the airplane park is. If you come down that road, you will run right into the check-in. That check-in point will allow you to know you're in, here's your spot, you're directed to that spot, you're set up, you come back out the same way. In the same area where you came in by the airplane is the north field. The north field will allow you to park. So that pretty much covers that piece of it. Did I answer that question? Yes. Come all the way in. Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. You have to be in the gate by 10 o'clock and out of the gate by 10 o'clock, if that sounds. Yeah. It's public safety. It's more than anything. And we did have occasions where we've learned from it, where people, for whatever reason, just get there late and logistically it's a nightmare. Yeah.
Okay.
Any questions, Andy? Okay, so we have 40 people on our Zoom call. If anyone would like to ask any questions, share any thoughts or any concerns, if we could basically, I'm familiar with the hand raising thing on Zoom. Anybody want to unmute their mics and share anything they want? Now's the time.
Hi, I just wanted to know if you were a food vendor in a tent, because I heard you say food trucks need to be there at a certain time. Is there a specific time for food tent vendors?
I would think also by 9 o'clock.
Okay,
Yeah, I think you're gonna have the most logistically difficult setup. You know, product, maybe some cooking implements, things like that. So, I mean, it could be as difficult retail wise, but I imagine food is something you want to make sure you have everything you need, you're ready to go. And, you know, we're trying to get everybody in front of this because past experience has shown truly that it's a difficult task when people get there late or people are trying to scramble to their spot and then everybody around them is already set. So the food is really what we thought was the most important piece.
okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I have a
Yeah.
question.
Yes.
All the vendors have to have insurance?
Yes, we're asking to have a day cover insurance policy. I believe everyone had one. There is, Haley, would you mind dropping the link for the second form? Yeah. Haley's gonna drop the link in which is the link to the accepted vendor form. That's where you would have the opportunity to upload your insurance information.
Thank you.
Question in the back.
Please. Morning. Don't do it on the 14th, Marty. There'll be no room at the inn. Perfect. And it'd be very much appreciated.
Okay, all right, perfect. All right,
Okay, has it, all payments been made? Any comments? You wanna
we
pick up?
still have some outstanding payments. If you have any outstanding payment or paperwork, you can do so up until the day of event. If it's the day of the event and you cannot produce a payment or your insurance policy, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to turn you away.
Keep in mind, a very important piece, if any of the food vendors or producers on site are required by law from the Department of Health to have certificates of operation, make sure you have everything in play. The last thing we want to see happen is a vendor who comes in looking for a great day, which it will be a great event, and then be shut down because they don't have the right designations from the Department of Health. People that are in the food business know what that is. So please be sure you have it and we have it.
All right. Anything else?
I don't think of anything else.
Great. Thank you so much, everyone, for giving us your time this morning. We're looking forward to a great event on Saturday. If any questions pop up? Yes.
You talk about the mistake, obviously.
Right,
I abstract that order that needed that, not so.
right. No, I believe that you sent an approval of what you have.
Well, I said the cheesecake, right?
Yeah.
Stuff too. Exactly.
As long as it says something about you, vote for me for office and not like boo-boo this person, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
There you go.
Mhm.
It just,
Okay.
we want a political free event insofar as it's a very divisive world. We don't want it.
Any more questions? We're good? Okay, Haley, can you? All right, yeah, we will be doing that.
Doing what?
Social media. Oh, I'm sorry, someone asked if we.
On the mic.
Oh, someone asked if we could share the official digital poster, so we'll be sharing that with you so you can share on your personal pages.
Thank you.
Okay, did you? Oh, okay, so I have to drop it.
Queen Village Cleaners.
Please.
Go ahead.
Was there a question someone had? I'm sorry, we didn't hear you. Hello.
Okay,
Okay.
ask we have an in-person question? Yeah.
Please.
Yes, we'll be getting to that. And then once, hopefully, I'm thinking by Wednesday, we'll have all our vendors confirmed. We'll be sharing the list of complete vendors.
And if you want to be spotlighted, it's key, not only your name, but if you have some marketing material.
Molly?
it Helps spotlighting.
No es que me haga, es que estoy bien chancha. No, estoy bien chancha. Yo lo acepto.
They just talk to each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that said, if everyone's okay, we're all clear. Thank you for your time today. Thank you all for your time. And we look forward to a wonderful 2024 Cheese Fest. Thank you. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Yay. Where's the job form? Yeah, send it out again. Luigi, can you do that? I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. Mayor does it all.
Feel like they wanted.
What,
I guess